Any problem? Any question you want to ask?
No.
Good. So let's wait for a few more minutes for other people to join and then we will start. Okay?
ठीक है.
If you have any question, you can ask me. Okay?
ठीक है.
Fali, any questions from the previous topic?
Yes, sir.
Just let's wait for one more period and we will start. Oh, ji, Fali, can you tell me what did we do last time, ji?
We learned about random errors and systematic errors,
Okay.
and about measuring a pendulum swing.
Can you tell what was that about?
The measuring a pendulum swing.
Yeah, yeah.
In that, we learned about oscillation and period and how these two help us find the time of how much time it takes for a pendulum to make one oscillation.
How did we learn to measure that? How, how did we learn to measure that?
Uh, an oscillation?
Yeah, what's oscillation?
It's a complete to and fro movement.
Okay, just give me a minute. Were you able to join it? The- Ji Mustafa, can you add something? Mustafa, can you add something
What, sir?
out of topic which we did yesterday?
Sir, I didn't think I understand the pendulum one.
Okay, we will repeat that. ठीक है. Just give me a minute. Acha, okay. So let's discuss the pendulum. Acha, Fale, tell me the definition of a frequency, time, period, oscillation. What are these?
Oscillation is each complete to and fro movement,
Okay.
and period is time taken for one oscillation to complete,
Okay.
and frequency is the number of oscillations in 1 second.
And what is the relationship between time, period, and frequency?
They are inversely,
Proportional,
yes, they're
right?
inversely.
And when you say they are inversely proportional, what does it mean?
That if time increases, then frequency decreases, and if frequency increases, then time decreases.
So, but you got it what she was saying? What is the time period? What is the frequency? What is the oscillation?
Sir, I still understand. Can you write it on the whiteboard?
Okay, okay, I will explain it. Okay. So basically, this is a pendulum, right? This is known as bob. The ball is known as bob, and this is pendulum linked with the string or something. Okay. Okay. This is the mean position. Let's say this is position A. We push the pendulum, and it goes from A to B. Let's say this is B, and then it comes back to A and then goes to C. So this is how the pendulum moves. This movement is known as to and fro motion. To and fro motion. Up till now, is this clear, Mustafa? What is a to and fro
Yes, sir.
motion? Movement forward and backward is known as to and fro motion. Okay? Acha. Now, what is pendulum? What is one oscillation? One oscillation is, or what does one oscillation mean is time. One oscillation is, for example, if you take A as the mean position of or the starting position of the pendulum, and the pendulum goes from B and come back to A, then it goes from A to C and come back to A. So this is known as one oscillation. So one oscillation was defined as what? Falia, what was one oscillation defined as? One complete
To and
each,
fro movement.
yeah, each complete to and fro motion is known as pendulum. It's known as one oscillation. So for example, let's say another example. If it starts from this point, let's say this is A and this point is B. It starts from A, it goes at B, and then it comes back at A. So this is to and fro motion. So one complete to and fro motion is known as one oscillation. So Mustafa, can you tell me what is a one oscillation is?
Sir, like when like the bob moves from A to B, then to C, then back to A.
Yeah. So basically, what is one oscillation?
Each completes to and fro motion.
And what is to and fro motion?
When the bob goes from B to C.
Basically what's one oscillation? Where you start from, you come back to its original position, right?
Yes.
Or one complete turn can also be described by one oscillation. Okay. Now let's move to the time period. Impisad, can you tell me what is the time period?
Sir, it is the time taken for one oscillation to complete.
Good. The time taken to complete one oscillation. Now, As we learned, Mustafa, what was one oscillation? That you go from A to B and go from B to A and then A to C and then to A. This was one oscillation. Now the time, how much time it takes to do this all stuff is known as time period. So what is time period? Time taken to complete, time taken to complete
One
o-
oscillation.
one oscillation. And we know what is an oscillation. Clear? Clear, Mustafa?
Yes.
Can you tell me what is the time period?
Time taken to complete one oscillation.
And we know what is one oscillation, right?
Yes.
And what is one oscillation?
When the bob goes from A to B and then to C and then back to A.
Or in
Like
other
one
words,
turn.
yeah. So in other words, we can get each complete to and fro motion is one oscillation, right?
Yes.
Good. Now the last term which we discussed yesterday was frequency. So Falia, can you tell me what is the frequency?
It's the number of oscillations in 1 second.
And the better definition would be number of complete oscillations. What's the word complete? Always use the word complete oscillations. Okay. The number of complete oscillations in 1 second is known as time period. So what is frequency in Prasad? Number of complete oscillations in 1
1
second.
second.
So now Mustafa, you got what is the frequency?
Yes.
Can you tell us?
The frequency is the amount of complete oscillations.
Or the number
1
of, the
second.
word is number of, yeah, number of
Complete oscillations in 1 second.
in 1 second. Acha. Now can you find a relationship between time period and frequency?
They are inversely proportional.
They are inversely proportional. Mustafa, when we say inversely proportional, what does the word inversely proportional means? क्या मतलब होता है inversely proportional? Any idea?
No, sir.
Inversely proportional means when one quantity increases, other quantity decreases. Okay? When one quantity increases, other quantities increase. T for time period and F for frequency. So this is how you write it. T, this sign is for inversely proportional. 1 over F. Okay? Can you see it?
Yes.
Write it down as well. Everybody write it. So this is a relationship. T is inversely proportional to write it. T is inversely proportional to F. T for time period and F for frequency. So it means when time period is increasing, frequency will decrease. When frequency will increase, time period will decrease. And it is common sense because what is time period? Time period is the time taken to complete one oscillation. So if one oscillation is taking more time to complete itself, then obviously in 1 second there would be less oscillations, right? Right?
Yes.
Mustafa, did you got it?
Sir, I didn't hear you.
Okay, I'm repeating. You got this thing, a time period and frequency are inversely proportional. You understood this thing?
Yes.
Then inversely proportional means if time period increases, frequency will decrease. If frequency will decrease, time period will increase, right?
Yes.
And now I'm telling you it is logical. Why it is logical? For example, let's take an example. If you have a car, okay, and you are doing a job of picking people up from one place and dropping a, let's say you are picking people from place or town from Islamabad and you are dropping them in Rawalpindi, okay, in Pindi, okay, and you will get money, okay, according to how much people or how much rides you have covered from Islamabad to Pindi in 1 hour. Okay? Is the problem clear up till now to everybody, Falia and Infisad?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So you will
Yes, sir.
get money according to the number of trip you cover from Islamabad to Pindi by picking people from Islamabad and dropping them off to Pindi and then, ठीक है? अच्छा. Up if you pick up people and you drive slowly, wouldn't it take more time to reach Pindi? It will take more time, na?
Yes.
Yes.
And when it will take more time to reach Pindi, then it means in 1 hour, the rides which you will complete of coming back and going back to Islamabad to Pindi, would they be more or less? Would there be more or less? If you take more time to reach from Islamabad to Pindi, so in 1 hour, how many rides would be there? Like there would be more rides or less rides from Islamabad?
That's right.
Less rides. Why?
Yes.
Because you are taking more time to reach from Islamabad to Pindi, right?
Yes.
Similarly, time period and frequency are also the same thing. Time period is how much time you will take to complete one oscillation. So if you take more time to complete one oscillation, obviously the number of frequency completed in 1 second would be less. ठीक है जी, got it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. अच्छा, now today we will learn how to find a time period accurately. ठीक है? We will go through the experiment and we will see how to find the time period. ठीक है? Now everybody see this PDF. Everybody can see the PDF. Can everybody see the PDF?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Is there any problem with the PDF?
Yes, it's upside down, sir.
Upside down.
Okay, so what you people need to do, you need to learn how to see things upside down. Okay? Okay, so try to manage it. ठीक है? अच्छा जी. So what we are going to do, we are going to learn how to set up an experiment to find the time period of a pendulum. ठीक है जी? Okay? अच्छा.
Okay.
So what is the concept? We learned that there are two types of errors, systematic error and random errors. Okay? And we learned that which type of error we can reduce. We can reduce random errors. And we can reduce random errors by what? How can we reduce random errors? By taking the average. And random errors are caused due to natural phenomena, right?
Yes.
Acha. Now, we also learned what is a human reaction time. What is human reaction time? We learned yesterday human reaction time. Ji Falia, Inbisad, we discussed human reaction time. What was that?
Like if you start a stopwatch, if you're taking a reading, it's not necessary that you will do it at the correct time because human reaction time is a little delayed.
Okay.
After a few seconds wasted.
Yeah, very good. And similarly, when you stop the stopwatch, it will take time to be stopped, right? So there will be some error in the reading, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mustafa, can you tell me what is the human reaction time now?
Yeah, it happens. It happens a little late.
Obviously, when we are late to start and stop the stopwatch, okay?
Okay.
So similarly, when we are going to find the time period, so basically now in this experiment, we are trying to find the time period of a pendulum, okay? So we are trying to find the time period of a pendulum. Achha. So for finding a time period of a pendulum, this is how we set up the pendulum. So can you see it? Can you see it upside down? This one.
Yes.
This is how we set up. So we have a record stand, a clamp to hold the pendulum. From this point to this point is the length. So how much is the length? Length starts from the thread up till the midpoint of the bob. Okay, that is the pendulum length. Okay. Acha ji. Now if I want to find the time period, so what should I do? What instrument I should need? I should need a retort stand, a clamp, and a pendulum. What else do I need to record time?
Stopwatch.
A stopwatch. ठीक है? We also need a stopwatch. ठीक है? Good. अच्छा. Now, after setting up this thing, so basically these are the things you need: a pendulum, a stopwatch, a meter rule, retort stand, and clamp. ठीक है जी? अच्छा. Now, Falia, can you try to read the procedure? What's the procedure? How to find? What's the first step?
Tie the pendulum to the clamp and measure the length of the string in meters.
Measure the length L. So we are claiming the length, we are denoting length by L. Okay. So what's the first step? We will tie the, Musa, what we will do? We will tie the pendulum with the clamp, and we will measure it with the meter rule. Impisar, why we are using a meter rule? Why don't we use a vernier caliper or a micrometer or a measuring tape? What's the reason?
Because the measurement is not very small.
Okay. And why we are not using measuring tape?
Because it is used to measure several meters, like for a room.
Okay, good. Ji Mustafa, why aren't we using vernier caliper or micrometer or measuring tape to measure the length of this pendulum? Why are we not using it?
Sir, because not that small. Right?
Yeah, the problem is neither this is too small, neither this is too big. It comes in the range of from when we can use meter rule from measuring from 1 centimeter up till 100 or several meters. Okay, so meter rule is the best suitable instrument. So the procedure is, the first step is tie the pendulum to the clamp and measure the length of the string. Acha. Falia, can you read the second point? What is the second point we need to do?
Measure the time taken for the pendulum to make 20 oscillations.
Mustafa, how are we going to measure the time? By our hands? Can we use hands to measure the time?
Sir, stopwatch.
Very good. And how we are going to start the stopwatch? What we will do? In Bishar, how will we measure 20 oscillations? क्या करेंगे? What should we do?
That after every oscillation you start it again for each oscillation.
No. क्या करना चाहिए? Everybody use common sense. क्या करना चाहिए? I want to measure time with the stopwatch for 20 oscillations. How should I do it? You are in a lab and you have this setup of the apparatus. Now क्या करना चाहिए? I want to measure the length. I want to measure the time period of an oscillation. क्या करूँ?
You have to move the pendulum.
What? Okay, I'm giving you 1 minute thing, and then you will answer. Okay. Okay, you have 1 minute to think.
Okay, sir.
And the hint is common sense. Okay, so let's see who has it. ठीक है जी? 1 minute. So what you people can do is you can discuss among yourself. ठीक है? Can you all see the PDF, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
you can discuss how would solve this problem. ठीक है? And let me know. You have like 2 minutes. ठीक है? Discuss among yourself. You can, ठीक है? And then come up with an answer. ठीक है? Group work. ठीक है? You need to tell me or you need to solve the problem that how would you take or how would you use stopwatch to measure time for 20 oscillations. ठीक है? Okay, clear?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. हाँ जी. Done जी. Have you discussed? जी, everybody. Hello. Has everybody gone to sleep?
No, sir.
हाँ जी. Have you discussed? इंतजार फालिया मुस्तफ़ा जी. Haji, what's the answer? What you people came up from? Ji, Ji Mustafa.
Sir, I think that like when there's even one thing, it's called when time is more, the frequency is less. I think it's that.
Nini, you had to tell me how would you use a stopwatch to measure the time period? How would you use stopwatch to measure time for 20 oscillations? Ji Falia.
You start the stopwatch and then push the pendulum to the other point, and after like 20 oscillations are done, you stop it and then divide it by the time with the amount of times of the oscillation.
That is close. Ji Inpisad. Ji. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Ji, how would we do it? अच्छा देखो, now look, first go back to the original definition of oscillation. Oscillation क्या है? To and fro motion from a point, right? So
Yes.
when you will attach the pendulum, so you can just mark on it a starting point, which will be your starting point, and you will give a pendulum a push, ठीक है? Or whenever it will pass through that point and come back to that point, that would be one oscillation now, right?
Yes.
ऐसे ही होता है ना मुस्तफा, right? That is one oscillation.
Yes.
ठीक है? So when you will give a push, you will start the stopwatch and you will count कि उस point में कितनी oscillations हो रही हैं, and you will see up till 20 oscillations. When 20 oscillations have done, you will stop the stopwatch. Okay? And the time would be the
Yes.
time for 20 oscillations. ठीक है? Got it?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Wasn't it simple?
Yes.
You just
Yes.
mark a point, let's say A, and you start the stopwatch. और जब वो वापस A पे आता है, तो that would be one oscillations. Similarly, when this will happen 20 times, that will be time for 20 oscillations. You stop the stopwatch and record the time. ठीक है?
Yes.
Clear? अच्छा.
Yes.
Now, as I told you that the time would not be accurate, so in order to get the accurate, we will do another experiment the same way for 20 oscillations again. And again, we will record the time. So now we have two experiments with 20 oscillations, right?
Yes.
Now we will, because we need an accurate answer, so the best way to find the accurate answer is take more readings and divide it by 2. Now we have 2 readings now, so we will divide it by 2. We will get the average of time period, right? Is it right or not?
Yes. Yes.
This is how you find the
Yes.
average now. अच्छा. Now
Yes.
you have the average time for 20 oscillation. ठीक है जी? Now if you want to find the time period, so what is time period? Time period is time taken to complete one oscillation now. So the average time which you have for 20 oscillations, you can divide it by 20. So you will get time for one oscillation, right? Did you got this thing?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
In Prasad, did you got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, repeat it. How we will find the time
Sure.
period? Ji.
Sir, we will first calculate the time for 20 oscillations,
Okay.
and we will take 2 different measurements and we will divide it by 20.
नहीं. First step is you take or record the time for 20 oscillations. Then you will repeat the experiment, find another time for 20 oscillations. Now you have 2 times. 2 times for
We will divide.
yeah, 2 experiments time. So now you will divide it by 2 to get the average time. After you have taken the average time, what you will do? You will try to find the time period. And how will we find the time period? We will divide the average time by 20. And this is how we will get the time period. Okay? Clear?
Yes.
Is it clear to
Yes.
So
everybody? Yeah, what? Jay Falia.
both experiments will be of 20 oscillations.
Yeah, you have to keep the oscillation same. Okay?
Okay.
So basically you can do 2 times, you can even do it 3 times. Like you can repeat the experiment 3 times, then you have to divide the time by 3. You will add the 3 times, T1 plus T2 plus T3, and then divide by 3. Got it, Mustafa?
Yes.
And then you will divide that average time by 20 to get the time period. Your time period is of single oscillations, okay? Okay, clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you see, can you see the table upside down?
Yes.
In physics, whatever
Yes.
experiment we do, we record it or we write it down in an organized manner. So all this information which we have discussed will be written in a table form. So can you see the first column is in length, which we call L dash meter. Meter is the unit. Can you see the first column?
Yes.
Then
Yes.
T1 slash seconds. So that's the region for the first oscillations of 20 seconds. Then the experiment time for the second experiment for 20 seconds, and then it's the average time, right?
Yes.
So for example, when we use the meter rule and we measure the length, let's say it's 0.5. So you will write 0.5 in this table, okay? Then for example, time taken for first 20 oscillation is, let's say, 15 seconds. So you will write 15 seconds in this column. Is everybody following?
Yes.
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 So you write the length over here which you measure. You will write, let's say, 15. You will write 15 over here. Let's say another one is 18. You will write 18 in this one, 18 seconds. Then you will add them, 15 plus 18 divided by 2. Let's say it's what, 15 plus 18 divided by 2 is what? 17.5 seconds. So the average time for 17.5 seconds for 20 oscillations. Now you need time period for 20 oscillations, so 17.5 divided by 20. So what is the time period? Tell me the answer. 17.5 divided by 20. And I'm just making up these values. So what's the answer? Let's say the answer is 0.8 seconds. So the time period for one oscillation, time taken to complete one oscillation is 0.8 seconds. Got it?
Yes.
Got it? How
Yes.
Yes.
how this will work? Then you will change the length. How will you change the length in Pisat? You will take this a bigger thread or string, and you will again attach it to the stand. Now first it was 0.5 centimeter, now it's 0.6. Got it?
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And this is how you will then again repeat the whole experiment. Then you will change the length. So our aim was, what is the aim of this experiment? To find how the length changes the time period of a pendulum. Okay? What is the point of this experiment? To know how does length affects the time period of the pendulum. Okay? And
Yeah.
Jay, any questions? Jay.
No, sir.
Can you tell Falia why we are doing the experiment? What's the point?
To see how length affects the time of one oscillation.
Or time period of one oscillation. ठीक है इंतजार and Mustafa? Got it?
Yes. Yes.
ठीक है. अच्छा. And now if you do this experiment, you will come to the conclusion that as length increases, the time period also increases. Okay? What will be the outcome of the experiment? As length increases, the time period will also increase. Why? Because when length increases, then the pendulum will take more bigger swings, right? Is it right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it right, Mustafa? When the pendulum will have a bigger length, it will get more bigger swings. As there would be more bigger swings, it will get more distance to cover. And when you have more distance to cover, so it's common sense that it will take more time to go and come back. Okay? Got it?
Yes.
So the time period will increase. So what will be the outcome? As length increases, the time period will also increase. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is it clear to everybody? Good. So now both of you need to repeat this experiment for me. How would we find the effect of length on time period? J. You discuss and then tell me upon yourselves. Okay. Okay. You have 1 minute. You have to present. Now Mustafa is back, so you both need to present Mustafa. How does the length of the pendulum will affect the time period? Okay. Clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
J. Done? Is it clear to everybody?
Yes.
Okay, let's move forward. Now whenever we make a table, so you need to make this table, okay? Acha. After getting all the time periods, what you need to do, you need to take the square of that values. For example, if you got 0.2, you will take the square. If you get 0.6, you will take the square and so on. Okay? So you need to take the square of your time period. So what it becomes? T square slash h square. Why it has become T square slash h square? See Falia, why it has become T square slash h square?
Because we took this.
Because
square.
we took the square of the value. So time T become T square and h become h square. Okay? Right, Intisar and
Yes.
Mustafa, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Mustafa, is it clear?
Yes.
So when we find the time period, then we will take the square of it. Acha. Now we also need to plot graph. We need to plot two graphs. One graph for time period and other graph for square of the time period. Okay. So when we are going to graph or make the graph, what we will do is, now you can see on the x-axis we will write length in meters, and on the y-axis would be the time period. Okay, clear? On the
Yes.
x-axis that would be length L/meter, and on the y-axis it would be period T/s. Okay, and similarly you all know how to plot a graph. You just plot the points from the table and you join the line, right? You know, everybody knows that, right?
Yes.
So when you will join the line, you can see the line would be a curve. The line would be a
A
curve. Now I want a linear line. I want a linear line. So what should I do? I should also now plot the graph of t square, the value which we found, and length. When I will make the graph of t square, it will become what? It will become a straight line. You can see it. Can you see the linear line?
yes.
Yes.
So in time period versus length, you will get a curve. While in t square over length, what do you get? The graph is a straight line. Clear? Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is how you plot a graph. I will give you a question, then you will also do it in the same way. You will plot the values, and the result would be like this for t and for t square. Okay? Acha. Can you, and these would be our final results. ठीक है? अच्छा, can you read this thing? Mustafa, can you read this thing? Why do we need to take the time for 20 oscillations? Ji Mustafa, he's not here. Okay, Intisar, read it.
When we divide the measured time by 20, the inaccuracy associated with period t due to human reaction will be only 1/20 of the human reaction time.
ठीक है. So why we are taking 20 oscillations? Why not one oscillations? Chief Alia, because we need to find the time for one oscillation. So we can take just one oscillation, but why we are taking 20 oscillations? What's the reason?
Because there will be a systematic error because of human reaction time. So we have to average it.
नहीं, वो तो एवरेज तो हम करते हैं ट्वाइस, जब 2 दफा रीडिंग लेते हैं. व्हाट्स द लॉजिक? इसमें 20 ऑसिलेशंस क्यों ले रहे हैं? 1 ऑसिलेशन तो ले सकते थे. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड. देखो, माय क्वेश्चन इज, नहीं, वो तो बात की बात है ना. वी टेक टू वैल्यूज एंड देन वी टेक द एवरेज. दैट्स नॉट व्हाट आई एम आस्किंग. आई एम आस्किंग यू पीपल इज के वी नीड अ टाइम पीरियड, राइट? वी नीड अ टाइम पीरियड, राइट? हमें टाइम पीरियड चाहिए
Yes.
ना. एंड टाइम पीरियड क्या होता है? टाइम टेकन टू कंप्लीट वन ऑसिलेशन, राइट?
Yes.
तो हम सिंपली जो एक्सपेरिमेंट था उसमें व्हाट कैन वी डू? वी कैन जस्ट टेक द बॉब और हम वन ऑसिलेशन करते, स्टॉप वॉच पे टाइम नोट करते और बता देते, राइट? वी कैन डू दैट ना. वी कैन जस्ट टेक द टाइम फॉर वन ऑसिलेशन एंड रिकॉर्ड द टाइम एंड टेल द टाइम. देन व्हाई वी आर नॉट डूइंग दैट? क्या वजह है उसकी? दैट इज
It
व्हाट
won't be
द
accurate.
क्वेश्चन. जे,
It won't be as accurate
या एंड व्हाट्स द रीजन? वजह क्या है उसकी? आई एम आस्किंग द रीजन.
because of human reaction time.
वो तो रहेगा, लेकिन व्हाट्स द रीजन? ठीक है, लेकिन वजह वो तो इन 20 oscillation we will also have human reaction time, because it after 20 oscillation we will also stop the stopwatch. Okay, what's the reason कि 20 oscillations हम ले रहे हैं, not one oscillation. जिन के साथ. अच्छा, now and try to understand it. देखो, if in an experiment you take one oscillation, so you will start the stopwatch, and after one oscillation you will stop the stopwatch. So there would be a human reaction time in one oscillation. ठीक है? So let's say if the total time of one oscillation is 0.5 और उसमें से human reaction time is 0.1. ठीक है? So out of 0.5, 0.1 is the human reaction time now. So if you take the percentage 0.1 over 0.5 into 100, like 1 out of 5, that's 20% now. So you are in one oscillation, you are getting how much error? Error of 20%. यहाँ तक clear है everybody? Is it clear up till now?
Yes.
ठीक है,
Yes.
अच्छा, okay. Now, if instead of one you take 20 oscillations, ठीक है? And for 20 oscillations, your time comes like you can say now the time comes like 20 seconds. ठीक है? तो ये 20 oscillations का time 20 seconds is. Now you want to find the time for one oscillation. So what you will do? You will divide 20 by 20. That would be what? 1 second. अब उस 1 second में the human reaction time तो पहले 0.1 था, that would remain same 0.1. Now if you try to find the percentage of 0.1 over 1, that would be what? 1%. Like if you get 1 out of 100 marks, that's 1% now.
Yes.
So
Yes.
before that, the human reaction time was 20%. Now if it had reduced to 1%. So now tell me, कौन सा ज़्यादा accurate है? Which one is more accurate? One with a 20% human reaction time or one with a 1% human reaction time?
1%.
1%. Got. So can you see the logic? As you increase the oscillations, the percentage of human reaction time decreases. समझ आ गई?
Alright.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
when we take more readings and we then average it, तो इससे और ज़्यादा है, then the human reaction become further decreases more. ठीक है? Clear?
Yes.
ठीक है?
Yes.
So repeat
Yes.
it. Repeat it. Fale, repeat. What did I say? What was I ever telling?
That if we take more oscillations, then the human reaction time will be less. But if we take time for less oscillation, for example, one oscillation, then human reaction time will be more, so it won't be as accurate as the 20 oscillations.
Because the time is minimized, human reaction time is minimized. Okay?
Yes.
Clear, Ji? Up till now, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
If Fale, any questions?
No, sir, I understand.
So this is the way you will always find time period of a pendulum. Okay? Okay?
Yes. Sir. Yes.
Okay, then we will continue tomorrow. Okay? Okay then. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.